with a review of War of the Cards by Colleen Oakes. This is the third book in the Queen of Hearts trilogy, which starts with book 1, Queen of Hearts, and then the second book is Blood of Wonderland, and I have reviews for both of those on this channel. This book makes for a quick read because it has really large margins. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the margins are fairly large, so it makes for a quick read, and it picks up right where book 2 left off. My problem is that I read these books about a year ago, so I had read books 1 and 2 back to back, and then I didn't know like what was going on when I started reading this because I didn't remember, which is why I like to read all the books of something at once. So I found a synopsis online of what had happened to refresh my memory, and so book 3 literally picks up like right where the action left off in the previous book, and Dinah is traveling back to Wonderland Castle to kill her father and take the throne. There were a couple plot twists in this book. 2 of them I'd say if you were paying attention in the other books you could see coming. So I wasn't totally surprised. One of them I didn't really put it together until this book, but looking back, if you were paying attention, you probably could have figured it out. So that kind of detracted a little bit. The battle, like, because you're curious as to why is, you know, she overthrows the king, and it's kind of near like the middle, a little bit past the middle of the book, so you're like, well, what else could be happening? So there are some other things that happen, and I don't know how I feel about this book completely. One thing for me, if you follow me on this channel, you know that I don't like overly gory things, and yes, I know that this was a battle, and I think the other books were gory too, but I just maybe don't remember. This was exceptionally gory, like brains and blood and stuff like that everywhere for a good half of the book. So I tried to read through those sections really fast or skim those sections, and so that kind of detracted a little bit for me. And I don't know, I guess I like Dinah as a character. She has a great character arc from the beginning of the series to the end. I don't always agree with the choices that she makes, and actually there's 3 plot twists, and the third one I also saw coming, I think, in the second book. So some of the things that Dinah does I don't agree with, and I can't quite wrap my brain around it. She does something unspeakable and it affects Whardley, and I'm trying to do this without giving it away, and he like is repulsed by her because of what she did, and he can't even like look at her. He like tries to kill her, and he is just so devastated by this thing that she did. And in the epilogue of the book, so at one point Whardley says that, or agrees as part of a treaty to be king of Wonderland. And it's an agreement and a treaty with the Yurkei, or Yurkei, I don't know how it was pronounced, tribe that Dinah created. And so it's like part of the agreement. So in the epilogue, he and Dinah, no, this is a spoiler. So if you don't want spoilers, just stop now. Okay, so basically they have children together, and you know, it's kind of interesting how it ends, because the one daughter is very much like Dinah, and it kind of left it kind of ambiguous. Like, I could see the series just ending here, but if the author wanted to take it and develop it in terms of that daughter and her adventures, then I could see that happening. But if Whardley was so repulsed by Dinah for what she did, I find it really hard to believe that they would be intimate enough with each other to have children. And that was kind of a difficult part for me to wrap my brain around. Other than that, I enjoyed the series overall in the way Colleen Oakes incorporates different things like the caterpillar and the hatter and the Jabberwocky and things like that is just really unique compared to other stories. It's very outside of the box. Even the cards are really outside of the box because they're not cards. It's different factions of like the military. And I discussed that further, I think, in the review for the first book. So it's just really interesting in that way. But this just, I don't know, I kind of just read it to get it done at this point because I just didn't enjoy it as much as I felt like I enjoyed the other two books. I actually probably would have enjoyed it more if Dinah, I kind of wanted her to end up with her Yurkei guard. I don't know why. I just felt like that connection would have been really good for her. And I know it wouldn't have been happily after, although it is a pretty nice ending considering it's the Queen of Hearts. It's not completely without hope, but it's just like, I don't know. You know, it just didn't go the way that I thought it would maybe. So, yeah, I gave it like, I rounded it up to 4 stars and I gave it 3.5. So it's kind of really, I guess, between maybe more 3 and 3.5. The writing keeps you reading, and I would easily read because of the way the book is written and because of the margins, like 100 pages instead of my usual like 60 to 70 in an hour. So it read really fast. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I had hoped I would. So this is War of the Cards by Colleen Oakes. You can check out my reviews for the other 2 books. I will either put Blood of Wonderland, actually I'll probably just put both. I'll put Blood of Wonderland and the first book, Queen of Hearts, in the end of this video if you'd like to check out those reviews. Hopefully I didn't spoil too much for you. There are a lot of plot twists in here, but like I said, if you're paying attention to the series, you can probably figure them out. And then meanwhile, happy reading and happy writing.